Assalamualaikum. Today's topic is unit number 1. In unit number 1, reading selection is 1.2. Reading selection 1.2 title is Jinnah's Vision of Pakistan. Today we will do reading from page number 21 to 23. Second year subject English. Book for second year. Now coming to unit number 1. Unit number 1 is Vision and Mission. So we read the farewell sermon and we have completed its comprehension and book exercises. Now coming to second reading selection, which is Jinnah's Vision of Pakistan. It is a speech. So now today we will read second reading, which is termed as 1.2, Jinnah's Vision of Pakistan. Now coming to reading selection 1.2, which is Jinnah's Vision of Pakistan. Jinnah's Vision of Pakistan. Jinnah's apostrophe is Jinnah's vision. Jinnah ka vision, unki basirat. Vision means foresight, his imagination of Pakistan. So today we will read in this reading selection, which is a speech of Quaid-e-Azam, so in which he declared his vision of Pakistan, what he foresighted for Pakistan, what is imagination of Jinnah for Pakistan. Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Mr. Jinnah's presidential address to the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. So it is a speech of Muhammad Ali Jinnah at presidential address to the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. Presidential address सदारती खिताब कर रहे थे to the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. पाकिस्तान की आइन साज असम्बली के मौके पर वो सदारती खिताब कर रहे थे. So when the speech was delivered by Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah at the presidential address to the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan, when Pakistan and India became separate countries, Jinnah he was going to be Governor General of Pakistan, so he gave expression of his vision of Pakistan on 11th August 1947. So it is the background of this speech. Now coming to reading. Muhammad Ali Jinnah's 11th August speech is one of the most famous speeches made by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the founding father of Pakistan and known as the Quaid-e-Azam great leader. Muhammad Ali Jinnah 11th August speech is one of the most famous speeches. So it was one of the most famous speeches made by Quaid-e-Azam. Who was Quaid-e-Azam? He was founding father of Pakistan, and he was known as Quaid-e-Azam, a great leader. Today there is hardly a more contentious issue in Pakistan than the issue of Jinnah's vision. Today there is hardly a more contentious issue, mutanaza, controversial issue, masla in Pakistan than the issue of Jinnah's vision. So there is no more controversial issue more than Jinnah's vision. Jinnah के vision से ज़्यादा कोई भी मुतनाज़ा मसला नहीं था in Pakistan. While Pakistan was created as a result of what could be described as Indian Muslim nationalism. So Pakistan was created as a result of what could be described, जिसको हम कह सकते हैं as Indian Muslim nationalism. Indian Muslim nationalism हिंदुस्तानी मुस्लिम कौमियत के नतीजे में पाकिस्तान जो है वो बना. Jinnah was widely held as a competent barrister who had once championed the cause of Hindu-Muslim unity and a united India. Jinnah was widely held as a. Widely held means पेश किया गया. as a competent barrister. Competent barrister means आज़ाद ख्याल, बैरिस्टर कानून साज, कानूनदान. Barrister Azad Khayal Kanundan, who had once champion mean he once supported, हामी भरना, the cause of Hindu-Muslim unity and a united India. So Jinnah was widely held as competent barrister. So he was once projected as liberal बैरिस्टर, आज़ाद ख़याल बैरिस्टर के तौर पर उनको पेश किया गया. once he had championed, क्योंकि उन्होंने हामी भरी थी हिंदू मुस्लिम यूनिटी एंड यूनाइटेड इंडिया. because once he had supported हिंदू मुस्लिम यूनिटी, हिंदू मुस्लिम इत्तेहाद और यूनाइटेड इंडिया, मुत्तहिद इंडिया के बारे में उन्होंने हामी भरी थी. सो he was projected as competent barrister by आज़ाद बैरिस्टर के तौर पर उनको याद किया जाता है. When the partition of India finally occurred, Jinnah, soon to be Governor General of the Dominion of Pakistan, gave expression to his vision of Pakistan in an address to the Constituent Assembly on August 11, 1947. Now, when the partition of India finally occurred, when India and Pakistan became two separated nations, Jinnah, soon to be governor of the Dominion of Pakistan. So Jinnah was soon to be, वो बनने जा रहे थे Governor General of Dominion of Pakistan. Dominion means state, रियासत of Pakistan के Governor General बनने जा रहे थे. He gave expression to his vision of Pakistan. Expression, he explained it in detail, his vision, his imagination of Pakistan in address. एक किताब में उन्होंने पाकिस्तान के बारे में अपने इमेजिनेशन का इजहार किया. To the Constituent Assembly, he addressed in a Constituent Assembly. Constituent Assembly means आइन साज assembly में इन्होंने खिताब किया, which was on 11 August 1947. He spoke of an inclusive and impartial government. He spoke of inclusive. Inclusive means collective, ijtimai, and impartial means ghair janibdar, neutral government, religious freedom, rule of law, and equality for all. He also seemed to advocate the ideology of Pakistan. Educate means वकालत करना, हिमायत करना, the ideology of Pakistan. So he was seemed to educate, वकालत कर रहे हैं, ideology of Pakistan, नज़रिया पाकिस्तान की वकालत कर रहे हैं. He is proving the ideology of Pakistan in his address. So in first paragraph we read about that Jinnah delivered his speech to the Constituent Assembly on 11 August 1947, and he spoke about inclusive and impartial government, religious freedom, where there should be religious freedom, rule of law, कानून की पासदारी हो, and equality for all, और सब के लिए बराबर के हकूक़ हों. He also seemed to educate the ideology of Pakistan. So in this address he seemed to educate, वो दिखाई दिए वकालत करते हुए the ideology of Pakistan, नज़रिया पाकिस्तान की वकालत करते दिखाई दिए. Now coming to next paragraph, in which his words are quoted over here. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen. So he said, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, I cordially thank you with the utmost sincerity for the honor you have conferred upon me, the greatest honor that is possible to confer. I cordially, मैं दिल से, thank you, आपका शुक्रगुजार हूँ, with the utmost sincerity, utmost completely, sincerity इखलास के साथ, इज़्ज़त के साथ, for the honor you have conferred upon me, the honor which you have given to me, the greatest honor that is possible to confer. It is the greatest honor which can be conferred, which is possible to give to someone by electing me as your first governor. So what is the greatest honor to be given to someone by electing Quaid-e-Azam as the first president? I also thank those leaders who have spoken in appreciation of my services and their personal references to me. So he is thanking in this address to all the leaders who have appreciated him for his services and their personal references to me, and they have spoken about Quaid-e-Azam in their personal references. उन्होंने Quaid-e-Azam का हवाला देकर उनकी खिदमात की तारीफ़ की. I sincerely hope that with your support and your cooperation, we shall make this Constituent Assembly an example to the world. I sincerely hope that you will support your support, आपकी हिमायत and your cooperation, आपका ताउन. We shall make this Constituent Assembly, हम इस कानून साज असम्बली को an example to the world, दुनिया के लिए एक मिसाल बनाएंगे. The Constituent Assembly has got two main functions to perform. So he is telling about the two main functions of Constituent Assembly to be performed. The first is the very onerous and responsible task of framing the future Constitution of Pakistan, and second of functioning as a full and complete sovereign body as the federal legislature of Pakistan. The first is the very onerous. Onerous means very difficult, very laborious and responsible task of framing the future Constitution of Pakistan. Framing बनाना, the future Constitution of Pakistan, पाकिस्तान के मुस्तकबिल का आइन बनाना. This is very difficult task. So framing the future Constitution of Pakistan. And the second of functioning as a full and complete sovereign body as the federal legislature of Pakistan. Federal वफाकी legislature means कानून साज इदारा of Pakistan. The second function is to work as a full and complete sovereign body as the federal legislature of Pakistan. We have to do the best we can in adopting a provincial constitution for the federal legislature of Pakistan. We have to do the best. हमें हर मुमकिन बेहतर काम करना पड़ेगा. We can in adopting इख्तियार करना. Provincial Aburi, Constitution Aburi, Ain for federal legislature, federal wafaki legislature, Kanun Saz of Pakistan. So we have to adopt a provincial. We have to do best in adopting provincial constitution for federal legislature of Pakistan. You know really that not only we ourselves are wondering, but I think the whole world is wondering at this unprecedented cyclonic revolution. So not only ourselves are wondering हैरान है. I think Quaid-e-Azam thought that the whole world is wondering at the unprecedented. Unprecedented means बेमिसाल, जिसकी नज़ीर ना मिले. Cyclonic means inqilabi. Cyclonic means tufani. Revolution means inqilab, which has brought about the plan of creating and establishing two independent sovereign. So according to Quaid-e-Azam, he thought that it is very surprising not only for us but as well as for the whole world that at this unprecedented cyclonic revolution, so the world is also wondering over unprecedented bemisal. Cyclonic means tufani, revolution inqilab, which has brought जो कि लाया है about the plan of creating and establishing two independent sovereign, जिसकी वजह से दो अलग आज़ाद खुद मुख्तार रियासतें बनी. Dominions in this subcontinent, states in this subcontinent. As it is, it has been unprecedented. There is no parallel in the history of the world. As it is, जैसे कि it has been unprecedented, ये बेमिसाल है, बेनज़ीर है. There is no parallel, there is no example in the history of the world. So दुनिया की तारीख़ में इसकी मिसाल मौजूद नहीं है. This mighty subcontinent with all kinds of inhabitants has been brought under a plan which is titanic, unknown, unparalleled. This mighty subcontinent with all kinds of inhabitants, this mighty subcontinent, mighty ताकतवर, subcontinent बर-ए-सग़ीर, with all kinds of inhabitants, people residing at some place, बाशिंदे, रहने वाले, has been brought under a plan which is titanic. तमाम बाशिंदों को एक ऐसे मंसूबे के तहत लाया गया जो कि which is titanic. Titanic means which is very huge, जो कि बहुत अजीम है. Unknown, नामालूम, and unparalleled, और जो कि बहुत बेमिसाल है. And what is very important with regards to it, और इसके हवाले से सबसे अहम बात है, is that we have achieved it peacefully and by means of an evolution of greatest possible character. And we have achieved it. We have achieved Pakistan very peacefully and by the means of an evolution, by the source of an evolution. Evolution means प्रोग्रेशन, मरहलावार इर्तिका के साथ of the greatest possible character, अजीम किरदार के साथ इसको अचीव किया. So what we have read it so far, I will repeat it for you, that there are two functions of the assembly. There are two functions of the Constituent Assembly. First one is that Assembly is now, Constituent Assembly has to be formed. First task is of framing the future constituent of Pakistan, and the second function is to work as a full and complete sovereign body as the federal legislature of Pakistan. And the partition of India is unprecedented, जिसकी मिसाल नहीं मिलती, and Pakistan was achieved very peacefully and with the means of evolution of greatest possible character. Now coming to next paragraph, dealing with our first function in this assembly, I cannot make any well considerate pronouncement at this moment. Dealing with our first function in this assembly, regarding to first function of assembly, I cannot make any well considerate pronouncement. Considerate काबिल गौर, pronouncement ऐलान करना. At this moment. So at this moment he is saying that he is not making any thoughtful announcement at this moment, but I shall say a few things as they occur to me. As they occur to me, that as they occur to my mind, that it comes to my mind. So he is saying that he will not talk about any considerate pronouncement, but he will say a few words what comes to his mind. The first and the foremost thing that I would like to emphasize is this: remember that you are now a sovereign legislative body and you have got all the powers. So he is saying that the first and the foremost thing that I would like to emphasize. So he want to emphasize on first thing, पहली चीज़ जिस पर वो इसरार कर रहे हैं, जोर डाल रहे हैं, remember that you are now a sovereign legislative body. A sovereign means आज़ाद खुद मुख्तार, legislative कानून साज बॉडी इदारा, अब आप एक आज़ाद ख़ुद मुख्तार कानून साज इदारा हैं. एंड यू हैव गॉट ऑल द पावर्स, एंड यू हैव गॉट ऑल द पावर्स, पावर्स मीन यू हैव गॉट ऑल द अथॉरिटीज़, आपके पास सारे इख्तियारात हैं. इट देयरफॉर places on you the gravest responsibility as to how you should take your decisions. So it is therefore it is placing a gravest means बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी आपके ऊपर आयद होती है. to how you should take your decisions, how you should take your decisions, आप कैसे फैसले करेंगे. the first observation that I would like to make is this. The first observation, first thing which he want to tell us, you will no doubt agree with me that the first duty of the government is to maintain law and order so that the life, property and religious beliefs of its subjects are fully protected by the state. You will no doubt, you will have no doubt in agreement with me. You will agree to me and you will left with no doubt that the first duty of a government is to maintain law and order. To maintain law and order, कानून बरकरार रखना, so that the life, property and religious belief of its subjects are fully protected. Once there is law and order in the country, so the life, property and religious belief of its subjects, subject means riaya, the people living in a sovereign state, are fully protected by the state. So if there is law and order in a state, so all the subjects would be fully protected. This is the first observation of Qaid-e-Azam. The second thing that occurred to me, the second thing that comes to my mind is this. One of the biggest curses from which India is suffering, I do not say that other countries are free from it, but I think our condition is much worse. So the second thing which he share in his speech is one of the biggest curses, लानत, बुरी चीज़ें, from which India is suffering. So a biggest curse from which India is suffering most, इंडिया को इससे ज़्यादा सामना करना पड़ रहा है. I do not say that other countries are free from it. No country is free from it. But I think our condition is much worse. हमारी हालत, सूरत हाल बहुत ज़्यादा बदतरीन है. Is bribery. So the biggest curses which he mentioned is bribery and corruption. Bribery, रिश्वत और corruption. That really is a poison. So he termed these things as a poison. We must put that down with an iron hand. We must put that down. We have to eliminate. हमें put that down, हमें इसको ख़त्म करना होगा, इससे निमटना होगा. With an iron hands. Iron hand means strength. Iron shows the strength, so we have to eliminate it with strength. आयरन हैंड्स मीन्स आहिनी हाथों से उनका मुकाबला करना होगा, इससे निमटना होगा. आई होप दैट यू विल टेक adequate measures as soon as it is possible for this assembly to do so. I hope that you will take adequate measures. Adequate mawafik measures, ikdamat, as soon as it is possible for this assembly to do so. The next thing that strikes me which make me worried, parishan karna. Here again it is a legacy which has been passed on to us. It is a legacy. Legacy means विरसा, विरासत में दी गई है ये चीज़, विच हैज़ बीन पास्ड ऑन टू अस, जो कि हमें विरासत में मिली है, अलॉन्ग विद मैनी अदर थिंग्स, और बहुत सारी चीज़ों के साथ, गुड एंड बैड, हैज़ अराइव्ड दिस ग्रेट ईवल, द ईवल ऑफ नेपोटिज्म एंड जॉबरी. सो द थिंग विच इज़ गिवन टू अस इन लेगेसी, जो विरासत में हमें मिली है बहुत सी उन दूसरी चीज़ों के साथ जो अच्छी या बुरी हैं, हैज़ अराइव्ड दिस ग्रेट ईवल. Great evil has arrived to us, the evil of nepotism. Nepotism is granting favor to relatives, or you can say favoritism to relatives. Favoritism to relatives. And jobbery. Jobbery means exploitation of position. Exploitation of position. अपने इख्तियारात का गलत इस्तेमाल करना. Nepotism, favoritism. So these are the evils which had reached to us. I want to make it quite clear that I shall never tolerate any kind of jobbery, nepotism, or any influence directly or indirectly brought to bear upon me. Brought to bear upon me. मैं कभी भी इन चीज़ों को बर्दाश्त नहीं करूँगा. Brought to bear upon me, I will not bear it. If any kind of influence directly or indirectly, it is brought upon me. Whenever I will find that such a practices, अगर मैं कभी ऐसा कुछ होते हुए देखूं, it is vogue, it is in vogue or is continuing anywhere. अगर ये आम चाल चलन में हो, vogue आम चाल चलन में हो, या कहीं पे ऐसा हो रहा हो, लो और हाई, कम सतह पर या ज़्यादा सतह पर, I shall certainly not countenance it. Countenance means बर्दाश्त करना. Countenance means बर्दाश्त करना. मैं इससे किसी सूरत भी बर्दाश्त नहीं करूँगा. I know here are people who do not quite agree with the division of India and the partition of Punjab and Bengal. So he says that I know that there are quite some people who disagree the division of India and partition of Punjab and Bengal. Much has been said against it. Much has been said against it. इसके खिलाफ बहुत कुछ बोला जा चुका होगा. But now that it has been accepted, इसको अब तस्लीम कर लिया गया है. It is the duty of every one of us to loyally abide by it. Loyally abide by it. Loyally means वफादारी से. Abide इसके ऊपर कायम रहें. And honorably act according to the agreement which is now final and binding on all. And honorably act according to the agreement. Agreement मुआहदे के मुताबिक, मुआहदे का एहतराम करें, which is now final, जो कि अब हतमी है, and binding on all, और जो सब पर लागू है. Now we have to accept the partition of Bengal and Punjab and India. Most of them disagree with this agreement, but now this is, we have to abide this agreement as this is final and binding on all, क्योंकि ये सब के ऊपर ये हतमी है और सब पर लागू होता है. Now coming to activity, you have to make at least 10 MCQs from the lesson. MCQs means multiple choice question. Thank you.